Hello, parents and students. My name is Mr. Giomini. I want to take an opportunity to provide you with some insight into the open house that is going to take place early September. If you're unable to attend, here's a great way to get a little grasp of what's going to be shared and communicated at open house. As you see here, this is Mrs. Moore. This is the teachers here that make up Team 6B. This is Mrs. Moore. She's our language arts teacher. Mrs. Demko, she's our science teacher. Mrs. Spagnola, she teaches social studies. And I am Mr. Jimmy, and I teach mathematics. Here is our contact information. If you may need to get a hold of us via email or phone, whatever's best for you, please do so at your earliest convenience. We're very good about getting back to parents who contact us with concerns, suggestions, comments, whatever it is, school related. We're able to get back to you and get a feel for what you need to share with us or what you need from us. Daily schedule. This is going to be a little bit different from last year. You will see here, here's the daily schedule. Now, first thing I see, homeroom starts for all of us and for the entire school at 8 o'clock. It runs from 8 o'clock to 8:05. Here we're taking lunch count, checking to see who's here, who's not, playing morning announcements. First period for all of us is academic extension. This is what we used to call advisory. I'll elaborate more on what academic extension is later on in this presentation, but be aware that it starts this year at during first period. Now you will see all of us start second period with a content area. So that means Mrs. Demko will be teaching science, I'll be teaching mathematics, Mrs. Moore will be teaching language arts, and Mrs. Spagnola will be teaching social studies. Where it fluctuates a little bit is our exploratory periods. We all have lunch during fifth period, so any child who's on Team 6B, they will have lunch from 11:49 to 12:29. Now you will see here's a little change as well. Lunch is now only 40 minutes. In the past it's been 53 minutes. We've cut down on lunch, increase the amount of time spent in class. Now, you will also notice that Mrs. Demko and I teach first through fourth period. We have lunch, we have our exploratory, which the kid will go to art, music, phys ed, media, technology. Same thing Mrs. Moore, only their exploratory is third period, so if you're a student in Mrs. Moore's homeroom, you will have exploratory third period. And if you're Miss Spagnola's, your exploratory is seventh period. We all have an exploratory period, it's just different. That's the only really difference in our schedules is when our exploratory period comes. Now, let's take a look. Every evening you will see on the blog, and I'll share this with you later on, the homework and how it's posted and what's to be completed by each student. Now, all these assignments will be posted to the team blog daily. You can, if for some reason this child goes home, is struggling with evening practice, they are able to set up something possibly with a teacher, a prearranged thing coming in early or whatnot to get some assistance with that evening practice. All homework assignments are to be completed and returned the following school day. So if something's assigned on a Wednesday, it is due on a Thursday unless the teacher explains this is a project. So I know definitely for science, social studies, and language arts, there are times there's projects that the ladies assign, and that falls under a different umbrella of as far as a return policy of when it's due. But that would be known to the students. Absentee policy. Throughout the year, students do get sick. What we try to do with the technology here offered at Troy is try to keep you abreast of what's going on in class even when you're not here. There is a daily work link that I will show you on the blog as well where you can see what was discussed in class and also what's for evening practice. So we try to make it, even though you're ill, we try to make it so you still are able to feel part of the class, and that helps you hopefully keep up with class, especially if it's an extended illness, which sometimes does happen, unfortunately. Academic extension. Now this is that first period class. What used to be called our advisory is now called academic extension. First thing that's going to take place in this is our extracurricular. Now when I say extracurricular, I mean band and orchestra. So students who are in band and orchestra, this is when they will be pulled out of class and go with Miss Bain and work on their individual instrument and also as a collective group in either band or orchestra. Also taking place here is enrichment opportunities. Taking the content that's being discussed in class and giving it that stretch, that upping that rigor to really delve into the concept a little bit more thoroughly. Remediation will also be involved during this academic extension period. So students who are possibly struggling, a little bit of remediation, a little bit of taking a step back, let's get the foundation a little bit better established underneath us and then continue to build up. And also a great opportunity to do some projects. some project based around concepts that are being discussed in class. As you see here, this section is under construction. This is going to be a little bit new to Troy this year, this academic extension period. It's not going to be run like advisory was in the past, where it was like some of a study hall. This is more of a on-task, teacher-directed class, and also, again, teacher-directed, but also more the teacher serves as a facilitator as well. Excuse me for my stuttering. Other important information, we do always have allergies now in Troy. Please be aware of that, especially when sending in birthday gifts and things of that nature, snacks. There are kids, and your children will know who they are, peanut allergies, things of that nature. Troy Activity Night, the first one is September 12th at 6 p.m. That's when the students are welcome to come to Troy. I think it's a $5 ticket. There's all kinds of events going on, sometimes a DJ, there's snacks and food you can buy up here, things of that nature. Fall conferences, a little different than in the past. Now there'll be a 3-day event, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, October 14th, 15th, and 16th, times from 1 to 7. This will allow us, especially as a 6th grade teams, to accommodate more parents, to get more parents in, because in the past, we only had 2 days. It's extremely difficult to get 100 people in for just 2 days. So now we have 3 days, stretch it over 3 days, gives us a better opportunity to meet with more parents, and it's just going to be more productive for both the teachers, parents, and the most important piece, the students. We do have a healthy snack permitted during 3rd period. This will be something that's a little bit new now. I believe Mrs. Moore is going to have her exploratory during 3rd period, so if you're Mrs. Moore's homeroom, that might change a little bit. But there will be a healthy snack permitted. Students are allowed to bring a little snack in. It is a long day. They can either bring in something like a piece of fruit, sun chips. We please discourage, licorice, candy, any kind of junk food like that, but something that's healthy, going to keep them a little bit energized for the rest of the day. It is a long day. Here is the blog that I've been mentioning. Now, the team blog looks something like this as it's slowly coming up here. Here we are. And this is kind of like, I like to call this where you can find, this is like your central location where you find things. Again, here's our contact information. Here's some of the guidelines for health, food guideline, or allergy guidelines, flu guide, germ prevention, why or when you should stay home. Here's the daily work. So if your child's absent, what did they miss today? If you click here, now this was obviously older, you would see, hey, here's what happened in class today, and this is what's assigned for evening practice. Now this is going back from the last day of school, so it's a little different, obviously, but that's where you can find that information. Also, you can go to, here's the schedule I said, here's some student expectations. I'll go back to the blog real quick. This is just slow. Technology, I guess, before the school year starts gets a little slow. Here we are. Other things, again, the blog is where you can find everything. So if your student's saying, I don't have any practice, let's check the blog. Here's some language arts links that Mrs. Moore always sets up for the students. Very beneficial. Gradebook Wizard. And then right here you could find the teachers' web pages. So you see Mrs. Demko has her own blog, Mr. Giumini, I have my own blog, Mrs. Spagnola has her own blog, and Mr. Pelt has his own blog. Also, as you scroll down here, below you will see every teacher who has assigned evening practice. This is their Google Calendar. You can subscribe to the Google Calendar so that it automatically gets dumped into your, maybe you have a family calendar at home, and then you can see what's being assigned every night for evening practice. Okay, I hope this helps you out a little bit. We're looking forward to a great year. Again, ever need to communicate with us, feel free to contact us either via email or phone. We're very good about communication from school to home. We like to try to keep things as transparent as possible. Again, thank you for your time, and we look forward to serving you and your student. Take care.